use our stone rock bags with the concrete in them, and that's going to create the perimeter of your pond. So you can design it in a kidney shape, oval, however you want to place your bags is really how your pond's going to end up coming out. Okay? So, like I said, we'll just line these up. I'm just going to do a small version of the pond because I just want to show you the procedure. We're not going to use this for anything, but I just want to show you the steps of how to do it. Okay, so like I said, we're about 3.5 feet on width. So what you're going to do is, because your bags are standing up nicely, all you're going to do is get some 3mm plastic, drape it over the walls, and this is going to be pretty much a pool liner, almost like a little kiddie pool. So you'll end up pressing the plastic down in the middle. Keep the bag plastic draped over the bags. Just kind of tuck it under the bottom. And that gives you now your liner. So you can pour your concrete into there. It's not going to like catch onto the floor or all that other stuff and destroy your bags. But it'll be nice because when we do pour the concrete in, the stone rock, you're going to slurry it up the walls and just keep bringing it all the way up so your walls are going to start to tighten up and stiffen. But that'll create like a foundation or a scratch coat. So then we can put our second layer down because it'll have something to walk into instead of sliding down the plastic all the time. You never want to release this either because that's going to make it even harder for the concrete to stay up on the plastic. You release that, it's just going to keep sliding down on you, you get frustrated. So just normal plastic and that's it. So I'm just going to go over this again real quickly. I know it's been mentioned on other videos. 11 pints of water per bag. So just because you see the 24 ounce mark, that's not two pints. The top of the rim of the cup is 2 pints. That's 36. Okay, so don't get confused with that line saying that's a second measurement. It's not. Or underneath the brim is not. It's the total top of the cup. Okay? So don't short yourself because then you might be too dry and stuff might set up on you too quick. Now what I'm going to use is our delay, so it gives me a little more play time because normally what I'll do is when I do these kind of ponds, I always have a second guy with me. I'm doing this one solo, so I'm going to give myself some more play time so I'm not struggling with this. So I'm going to max out with 4 ounces of delay. Now normally it calls for 1 to 2 ounces, but I'm going to double up my dose to give me probably about another 20 minutes of playtime. Just again because I'm solo. So, but normally, on saying that is, what I would normally do is I would have 3 guys with these kind of ponds, only because it makes your life easier where you have 1 guy mixing constantly and you got 2 guys pulling the mud up and creating your pond, okay? So that 1 guy mixing will save you. Right. I'm going to do 2 bag mixes, make it nice and easy again, just so I can pick up the bucket, put it right in instead of using half of a 55-gallon drum. I'd probably struggle a little too much with that, so we just kind of make our life easy here. Start off with half a bag, don't dump the whole bag in, because you don't have, like I said, you don't have that guy mixing. So, you still want to give it your 3-minute mixing time. I just did that one really quick just to get all that powder moist or liquidy. Then kicking on to this one. So, like I said, 3 minutes for each bucket. So, after mixing for 3 minutes, I put my 2 buckets of stone rock in here. Now I'm just going to take it and smooth out the flooring on the bottom of the pond. And then I'm going to take really thin coats up the sidewalls. Because you don't want to have too much up there because then it'll really pull right back down. So you just want to skim coat it just to get that scratch coat. So the whole point of going thin on the walls is just to create that scratch coat So when we do pour our next two buckets of stone rock in here, now it'll have something for the concrete, the next batch of concrete to grab onto. Okay, so this is gonna be my last bucket. Now see, like I already had the scratch cone, it's already starting to stiffen up. So that's where this stuff is gonna come in and just fill up the little voids or my fingerprints, whatever, because this is gonna be the final stage, so we wanna make it smooth. So it's not rough and we don't have any leaks. So again, you just kind of get some good globs and just ride it up that wall. If you see the stone rock moving around too much, or it's like flexing in and out, then you know you're really thin on that plastic. So you want to build that up. Okay, so you want to probably be about 2 inches thick all the way around on the sides and the bottom. You don't want to be too thin, because then, especially up here up north, if this gets cold, that could just crack because it's just like a veneer, like it's really, really thin set. You don't want that. All right, so what I'm kind of doing is I'm just dipping my glove in the water, but I don't want it super soaked because you're going to compromise the concrete. I just want to really like just rinse my glove off so I can kind of rub this in and create that smooth surface that we need. We don't want it to be porous. Like I said, that's going to create leaks. So the other thing you can do, you can spray release on your glove. Does the same thing, that's fine too. And it's good to do this too, because then you can see if you have any thin spots, because you're pretty much rubbing the whole area. So that always helps. Now if you do any type of flat work, which I do, I have my flat work mats or my stamps. You could always put like a stone impression inside here also, so it's not just so plain. But most of this is going to get covered anyway, because once we're done this, you end up taking your boulder molds and make panels overlapping inside the pond and out, so you have nice rocks going all the way around the thing. So you're going to have texture along the side of the walls anyway. But more so, it's just for like the floor. So you can just get a stone stamp and just put it down. But again, see, that was like a hole right here. Saw that, so you just kind of rub that in. You can, the other thing you can do too is tall trash bags. You can spray that with release and keep your hand outside the bag and just massage it and let it rub. So then you can really seal stuff off that way. The only reason why you keep your hand on the outside of the bag is if you put your hand inside the bag, you'll end up seeing your fingerprints. So just let the bag rub itself and you'll be good. All right, so the final stage is done. Like I said, we just want to keep it to the top rail of the bags. Don't bring it over. Let me kind of get on this side. So just to kind of give you a visual, at least now, you can take the bag right out. Like I was saying, if you overlap this and bury and cover that up, it tends to be hard to rip that bag out, or you're just going to rip the bag. So don't want to do that. So you just want to stay to the top surface of that edge. All right. Other than that, it's pretty smooth. And then next stage, we'll be putting rock boulders over the edges so you don't see all this mess. Like, that's just to give you your pond walls, that's it. And then when you put your boulder in, you'll actually be making those walls higher. All right, see you next time. Okay, so pond is all nice and hardened up, so we're good to go. So the next step is, I can just remove the bags that we use to frame out the pond. And that's how I was saying, again, never have the concrete come down, or those are going to be tougher to get out of. Oh, sorry. Get the bags out. And that's it. So now you can take your razor blade, cut the plastic out of there, and you're good.